He yanked the underwear out with a vicious tug. Then he carefully stuffed them into his shoes. Then he took off his socks and stuffed them in until the shoe was completely full. But she ended up throwing them away because a cell phone worth $10,000 was stuffed into the shoe, and the socks and underwear were to prevent the phone from breaking because they were trapped in a 700-meter high tower. It took them 4 hours to climb the world's tallest tower, but this was only to match her boyfriend's request. The girl took out a bag of ashes from a cardboard box. Then she cried and mumbled a lot of sweet nothings. Then she threw the ashes away. She finally fulfilled her boyfriend's wish of pushing himself to the limit. But just as they were about to leave the tower, they didn't expect an accident. The girl stepped carefully on the ladder, but then a screw suddenly fell. Then the girl lost control and fell down. But luckily her best friend above her grabbed the safety rope in time. That's how she escaped death. But just when she was secretly happy, she didn't realize the danger was coming again, because her best friend pulled the girl halfway up. Her feet suddenly slipped strangely, and the girl fell down again at great speed. Her best friend stepped in just in time, finally pulled the girl back to the platform. But the real problem had just begun, because not only did all the ladders fall down, even the backpack with tools fell down. Even the girl's leg was cut deeply. If they don't leave the tower soon, the girl's life will be in danger if she loses too much blood. She thought she still had her cell phone on her, but when she opened it, and immediately felt a deep fear, because the location is too high. The cell phone had no signal at all. Then her best friend also took out her cell phone and took a look. There's literally no signal at all. But her best friend's brain is very smart. She figured out a way to get a signal. Then she tied her cell phone to a safety harness, and then she sends out a message that she's trapped in a tower. And then she landed the cell phone down below. And once the cell phone had a signal, it could send out a message, but the rope seems to be too short. The cell phone still did not receive any signal. Then she climbed halfway up the ladder with her bare hands. The cell phone fell another 2 meters, but after half a day of fear, the message still didn't get sent. But the girl soon had an idea. She asked her best friend to take off her shoes and put her cell phone inside. Then she asked her best friend to take off her underwear and socks, threw down the cell phone that was doing the guarding, but there was no news from the cell phone. When they were in despair, they found a surprise on the tower. There was a metal box under the pillar. Inside was a telescope and a flare gun. It was a ray of hope in a desperate situation. They soon saw a figure underneath the tower with the binoculars, so she screamed for help, but the man can't hear her from hundreds of meters above the ground. The girl panicked and took her shoes off and threw them off the tower, but the man still didn't hear it. The second shoe hit the metal ladder with a loud thud. This time the man came to the place where the shoes had fallen, but he looked around and found nothing, so he turned around and left again. The panicked girl rushed to get out her flare gun, but she was stopped by her best friend, because now her best friend had made a new discovery. There is a caravan camping not far below, so the girlfriends proposed to shoot at night, because the light at night is the most noticeable, and her suggestion did bring good luck. As darkness fell, the girl couldn't wait to shoot, but the flare gun seemed to have been out of order for too long. After some fiddling, the girl finally fired a shot into the night sky. A reddish flame lit up the sky. It also alerted the owner of the car. Then her best friend turned on the flashlight and kept shaking it. After their tireless efforts, finally the other party noticed their presence. They saw him driving his RV in their direction. This immediately made them feel very excited, but what the owner did next made them fall from heaven to hell.